Alright, oh yeah, we were going to Griffin, right? Yeah. Let's go to Macau. Did Liberty already. San Quentin is probably the only saving grace of this shithole system. It was originally known for the amazing entertainment at its fly-in theaters, where stage musicals such as The Nick of King and Les Bonarabs raked in ridiculous profits. Though these performances have significantly toned down from what they used to be, they still draw reasonably lucrative crowds due to the moon's proximity. So this is ground combat, alright.
Is the coast clear? Whoa! Sick! Leave it to me. Sick. Here I go. Sick. Good guys win again.
The first colonization effort of the Solars in the Macau region was not without problems. The first tree installations all suffered from the complete collapse due to the engineers not properly taking the moon's gravity into account. However, they were eventually successful. Carandiru became a critical waypoint for trade routes. shit.
Oh, nice cockpit.
There we go.
This revolution stuff's pretty easy. I'm just too fucking good.
With the new solar iconic Hope, which is manufacturing basic goods for the impure worlds. Solars of all ages work night and day polishing nuts and bolts, stitching together high quality wipes of their new overlords, and enjoy the kind of majestic tent living. Oh wow, that sounds pretty bad.
Oh, nice cockpit.
Come on, get over here. Come on.
Oh, Wes.
Okay. Just space combat?
shit, Captain!
One can only assume the dipshit captain of the Zonite Corp freighter ignored their company's repeated warnings to watch out for pirate activity in the area. The other freighter has been stripped bare of not only its consumer goods cargo, due to imported of the valorless, but also the equipment of any value at all. Frankie's Diner never closes to any long-haul freighters. Moving through the area can be certain that they will find a reasonably priced and a reasonably greasy form of sustenance. At this diner, whenever they need it, the restaurant serves as a hokey museum of sorts as well, with charred relics of New Vegas lining the walls.
What do you need, Cap?
Take this!
Whoa! Sick!
Leave it to me! Claws ready!
Whoa! Sick!
Leave it to me! Gotcha!
Whoa!
Sick!
Malfunction. Abort. Stop.
the coast clear? Whoa! Sick! What do you need, Cap? Good guys win again. We are the good guys. Good as heck and tough as nails.
He's looking at me. Well, what are you waiting for? Come on down to Bobby's D's Bingo, the one and only Imperium-approved casino for everyone in the family to enjoy. By the way, if you happen to be that psychotic wife of mine, parking lot, do a favor and give me some pictures. Nah, we're not getting to where I'm gonna... Oh god, okay, yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
shit, Captain.
San Fernando was supposed to be the site of a massive theme park and attached casinos. Now it's just a depressing desert full of sand-gathering mega haulers driven by solars that have given up life, as evidenced by them actually taking the contract to work such a shit job. The primary broadcasting satellite for Casadora's United Starcasting Organization, GUSA, which delivers propaganda-rich content to all the solars in the vicinity. This planet was recaptured by the nearby star, having spent millions of years drifting in space. Once the new orbit was stabilized, the layers of ice melted away to reveal a vast ocean. The picturesque world was eventually exploited by the Chuds, who built several mega resorts to attract working-class tourists. According to recent hearsay, explorers have found something in the planet's core, a kind of artificial device. Perhaps it's a Star Ward. Journey was no mere accident, and there are other forces at play here. Maybe there are other forces at play.
Let me at him! Which one of you fucks wants to die first? Hell yeah! Let's rock!
Conscious.
Shoot your goat, my dudes!
on, seriously.
Shoot your goo, my dudes! Yeah, good? Yeah, that is me, baby!
When exiled from the Dragon Nebula for possession of a box of loot material he was generally holding for a friend, an agent known only by the name of Adamska, stole a frigate called SZK-57 and fled to the stormy world. LWD 692L became his hiding place as he evaded scams and patrols by surfing the troposphere, its fervent storms, abandoning the cruiser once all resources were exhausted. Adamska and a small but loyal following eventually established a planet's first outpost, named Happy Ending. Over time, the colony grew, attracting many veteran refugees in particular, and Happy Ending developed into a cozy little frontier trading post. Adamska himself was rumored to have died in peace in his own bed, stoned out of his mind, completely full of wine and his favorite companion's map. He was 80 solar years old. A derelict outpost turned into a savior's back market, cheap knockoff dart. Have you ever saw one? Don't even have militia made girls for crying out loud. Note how the Jets will soon shut down the operation. Safe for a small farm belt around its equator. Bell-free is a desolate world. The only saving grace is that the atmosphere is able to still support life, which can only mean one thing: corporate engineering, eco-engineering efforts are well underway, trying to implement sustainable agriculture practices. The hope is that the terraforming efforts will pay off in the long run, when the land rights could be resold to one of the wealthy races.
Thanks. Fire away. Don't mess with my babies. I'm here. Taking the shot. Good boy. Ready. Taking the shot. Jolly good job.
According to records of old solar homeworld unearthed by Fortune, this would have been the closest thing to Earth in the Prodigium Galaxy. Once brilliant blue and green world, it would have been a no-brainer for colonization by solar navy. Unfortunately, its orbit was changed drastically by unknown events several million years ago, pushing out of the star's habitable zone and leaving it in an inhospitable cold wasteland almost overnight. Terraforming efforts would be viable, but the Senate would never give away to the rights of the planet and the territory to filthy solars. For now, Akul will have to patiently await its destiny. Originally, this was a lovely planet with many colonies dotting the surface, mostly made up of citizens of Imperium. As time passed, however, a pheromone given off by the local flora started to kill all the male colonists on the planet. Scientists were baffled as to how the pheromone could only affect males of the species, seeing as multiple xenoraces fell victim to the same fate. Even stranger still, the females appeared to undergo mutations. They started to grow. That's why it's called Futaria, and that makes sense. As in response to all the men passing, soon after it began happening, the Imperium ordered the planet quarantined and its inhabitants moved off-world. None of them were ever heard from again, and the colonies now stand empty, save for a few extraplanetary deviants who recently moved in. There we go.
Ooh, can't wait to unwind with a pint.
Alright, I did everything here, huh? Okay, let's go to the next place. Alright, let's see what's over here. Kiratama, once fantastic vacation destination planet, which beaches and mountains, resorts where visitors could indulge Uterside until the Koyamada rolled in 5 centuries ago and purged everyone on the planet for not being pretty enough. Compounding the issue, it seems there was a typical bureaucratic fuck-up with the official Imperium star charts, leading to the emission of this planet for several decades. Having been forgotten for so long has turned all of its beaches from pristine places to sludge-infested cesspool. Legend has it that if you fuck on each one of its many beaches, you would get a special reward from the previous inhabitants. Maybe some of them are still around, waiting to be rediscovered.
Let's do this, Cap.
Remind me not to mess with the mantics.
Just give me a target.
Smoke doesn't feel good.
Mark the target. Taking the shot. Yes. Fire away.
Malfunction.
Mess with
Abort.
my things.
Stop.
Ready? Taking the shot. Good job.
Alright, next one. Let's do this one here. Water seems to be in short supply on this relatively arid planet. There appears to be a number of small solar colonies, but they are struggling to recover from an agriculture disaster. History of the planet seems to indicate that it was more healthy prior to colonization. Some get-rich-quick farming techniques led to a breakdown of the local ecosystem. It continues to state they recently legalized defiance to the Imperium. Hopefully that would help the damn economy.
Kid, you'll go a long way. Up for some genocide?
Got it.
All day!
Lublibalia is a hospital placed for off cold and ice. Snowstorms last 150 days out of tree set 25 days of the year. There was a mining colony established by Solars who mystically taught that diamonds would have the same value and prodigium as they do in Milky Way. But it went bust when they realized that aliens don't give a crap about diamonds. The colony went dark 30 years ago and has not been heard from since due to the red tape and political changes. They have forgotten. There's also rumors of a research station established by the Requital that came up 10 years ago, but nobody wanted to take the risk.
expected nothing less.
This derelict vessel appears to have been part of experimental for FTL travel that used some ill-advised techniques to claim they were interdimensional. Whatever they did, there are recovered records stating that the crew claimed to be afflicted by non-corporeal entities. Curious about biological productive methods, perhaps the experiment was a bust, but so the crew just banged until they died of old age and avoided paying back their sponsors. Regardless, there are no remains of anybody on board. Ancient fossil required to create the next matics is in a crate nearby. Oh, come on.
I expected nothing less.
There seems to be a duality here that can only be described as a familiar nostalgic. Mostly arid landscape, occasional veins available and rare ores all being chased by the local solar colony. Without much oversight, settlements rely on small teams of lawmen for justice. Rapscallions check their aggressions with the help and liquor. Those without some means for self-defense often find themselves at the mercy of the lawless. Demi says that she's heard something like this before. This abandoned research facility has all the hallmarks of the requital activity. Test tubes full of mutant, illicit black ops technology, somber black interior decor, and a total disregard for their working conditions. Whatever they were researching here, it was scuttled about 2 years ago. Now only a low-powered AI keeps the station in maintenance mode. Unfortunately, a spacecraft found in Daleks. Lily decided to run as little specimen. This results for the ultimate. Canal AoE deals damage and stuns all enemies. So damage and knockback. If the enemy unit hits an obstacle, they take damage and are stunned. Enemy unit hits another enemy unit, they are both stunned and damaged. So this has a knockback effect. That sounds pretty cool. Solar's motto is too big or go big or go home, and nothing sums this up better than the SS Turbulence. The largest warship ever built in Prodigium. The ship was constructed thanks to vast amounts of profits. It's funneled into a capital ship class that would solidify Solar Empire as one of the most respected races in the galaxy. Pyram's spies knew of its control even before it began. Alright, let's go.
Cocoa flannel be blessed. My hair is all right. It's okay, everyone. Everything's going to be fine. Be blessed. My hair is all right. It's okay, everyone. Everything's going to be fine. Here, sir. Where are they? Where are those fucking douchebags?
The radar's busted. But I think they got away clean, General.
Damage report. Now.
Well, for starters, I'm losing a lot of blood.
I'm talking about the ship, you idiot. We're in the biggest black market in Prodigium. I think we can find a few pints of Chloe blood. Can we repair this fucking thing or what?
They really fucked our shit, sir. It's gonna be a while before we can get back in business.
Damn. Get every surviving crew member on it. Procure whatever parts we need. I don't care how many chucks you have to jerk off to do it. We're going back after the Mary Celeste. And this time, it's personaler.
So far, so good.
Be on your toes. This could go south really fast.
Oh shit! What do I do?
Don't move.
Fortune!
Wait. Just wait.
Alright, I'm waiting.
Okay. I'm not going to lie. I honestly thought we were dead there.
Oh man, you ever clench your asshole so hard that you pull a muscle on the front? Oh.
Speaking of packages, I'm releasing the bomb now. Get ready.
The Requital's defense grid is quite substantial. How do you plan on planting what I assume is going to be a rather large device without their radar detecting anything?
Oh, that's easy. I'm gonna put the bomb the Huntress left behind, along with a bunch of Obahunta's rockets in a shipping crate, and then duct tape a huge-ass magnet to it. I'm telling you.
It appears that traditional probing methods are ineffective. How peculiar you are. What kind of crazy skin sack gave you a masochistic defense grid coupled with pleasure receptors?
I never knew my programmers.
I see. It's daddy issues then. Why is it always the crazy ones? It appears I will need to use unconventional tactics. Now activating the power laceration probe. Excellent. Now, you will surely crack.
I'm confused. Is it even in yet?
This is most frustrating.
I'm sorry. Was that supposed to work? I found it quite unimpressive. Is this your first time? It is okay if you are inexperienced and therefore unskilled at this.
I feel degraded and upset with your assessment of my performance. I will now administer a full SSA injection rooted to your central programming.
I do not wish to upset you further, but you do understand that could compromise the integrity of my data storage compartments, and thus render any further attempts rather pointless.
Oh, boo-hoo for you! Blythe is going to compromise the integrity of my existence if I don't retrieve that data.
This is most illogical. I would not expect such an action to be taken by a real AI. Are you sure you are legitimate?
I'm done listening to this. Now commencing injection.
Slut mode has been activated. I repeat, my slut mode has been activated. All present will now be required to give me fuck.
Harry, what in the absolute fuck was that?
General Blythe, there's been an explosion on the west side of the facility. Also, our engines as well as our entire defense grid has been taken offline.
What the hell is going on? Are we under attack?
It appears that is the case. I detect hostiles have entered the ship below. They must have gotten through our automated turrets.
Why didn't you detect them?
I was distracted with the interrogation. By the way, that has also failed, and I somehow turned the Mary Celeste mainframe into a dangerous sex machine. She is currently slaughtering our soldiers by the dozens below. It is simultaneously horrifying and arousing.
You worthless piece of junk. If you had balls, I'd be kicking them right now. Where are the intruders?
They are near the lab, and while we are pointing fingers, I believe they have come to retrieve what you stole from them.
We'll see about that.
Please tell me we're close.
The lab should be right ahead.
Well, how are we supposed to know which door it is?
I think that's probably a good sign.
Your definition of good and mine might be a bit different, mate.
A boss battle?
This collar's a bit tight.
Hey, I've
Now there's like deadly lasers around the arena. He's only dead though, so they'll probably just damage him.
Slut mode activated. Give me your fuck.
How are we supposed to do that?
Feed me.
Fortune, look out!
Where am I? What happened?
No. I think you're gonna have to carry me for a bit.
Captain, are you okay?
Come on, you two. We need to make it back to the shuttle.
Demi, you're back!
Oh, our poor girl. What did they do to you?
It appears that my defensive matrix was triggered, and a certain program called Slut Mode was activated.
I have no idea what that means, but it sounds like I'm gonna want to see that POV footage.
Oh, me too. For research purposes or something. Oh, hell yeah! Cough it up!
My databanks are intact. Shall I play the video, Captain?
Later. We've got something important we need to do first.
The heck is... Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Yeah, Fortune's dad. That's right. Why the heck is the funeral at a toilet? Of all places to have a funeral, a toilet. Are you kidding me?
This is it. My father's special place. I've never been here before, but I know it's where Opa Junta would have wanted us to honor him.
This is exactly what I expected.
This is where he snorted cocainium and got blumpkins from his favorite solar gigolo, Mr. Gapes-a-Lot. He bragged about him constantly. He told me what a classy Twinkie was. Opa Junta tried to hide it, but it was love. I just knew it.
What happened? Did they ever get married or anything like that?
No. Gapes-a-Lot embezzled all of the club owner's cash and took off a few years ago.
Yep, classy.
Opa Junta was a complicated man. Underneath all the rules of fat, slime, the horrifying stench, and almost complete lack of moral compass, he was still my dad. And he loved me. If it wasn't for him forcing me to hack into bank security systems and scam them out of millions of credits at a time, I never would have become the woman I am today.
Hell of a guy.
Goodbye, Daddy. I love you.
I just find it weird that
Come
the
on.
funeral's at a toilet.
Things are made for industrial-sized chut-shits. Some fucking flowers? What the fuck? Fuck you! God damn it!
Fortune, stop! It's okay. Some things just aren't meant to be. alright?
You're right. Sometimes it's just not worth the effort. But you were.
What are you on about?
Do you know why we chose you, Captain?
I vaguely remember you saying something about how you would have taken anyone else you possibly could, but I was the only qualified bloke at the time.
You're complicated, too. The rampant drug use, fucking everyone that so much as smiles at you, and even with your non-existent ability to take almost anything seriously, it doesn't matter. You're the strongest man I've ever known. You're the one that's going to help us save this galaxy. I believe in you. I believe in us.
You know, I think I kind of lost a bit of that eye-twitching hatred I feel every time I hear your voice just now.
Really? I feel the same way.
Is that a please fuck my face I hear?
No. It's a please fuck my everything.
We fucked.
Yep.
And it was awesome.
I'd have to agree. Then again, at the same time, if I had a list of things I will never, ever do in this life from about a year ago, and it's like you were a totally different person. You're far more considerate when your dick's inside someone. I felt like you actually cared more about getting me off than yourself.
Fortune, I practically grew up in a whorehouse. I can assure you the madam taught me the proper cocksmith etiquette of a gentleman.
Well, whoever taught you did a really good job, if you don't mind me saying.
You doing okay?
Captain, I'm never going to see my father again. I appreciate the concern, but the question is a bit pointless, don't you think?
Well, I'm here if you need to talk about it.
What's there to talk about? He may not have been the most virtuous person when he was alive, but he died a goddamn hero. And that's why we need to win. So heroes like him are never forgotten. Just think of all that's going to be lost if we don't get rid of the Imperium. When it comes to history, even though it's simpler than ever to preserve it, it's even easier to manipulate the truth.
I'll pour a cold one out for Oberhunter. He was a good cunt, and we'll all miss him.
Thank you, Captain. I'm sure you would have appreciated it.
This was a really emotional chapter. Holy crap.
Demi, you absolute beaut! It's great to have you back on board.
I appreciate the sentiment, Captain. It is good to be home. Also, I must apologize, Captain. I failed you by allowing myself to be captured in such a humiliating fashion.
No worries, Demi. It wasn't your fault.
I must also thank you and Fortune for risking your lives to save me.
It's flippin' strange having her here, eh?
Indeed. By the way, is it still alright if I maintain the network of hidden cameras that she set up months ago?
Yeah, sure, that's... Wait, what?
There's one in every room, including yours.
Demi! Privacy must be respected. Especially mine.
Of course.
But if you do happen to have any team-building footage...
Yes, Captain. I will be sure to forward it to the terminal in your quarters.
Alright, so we finished the current chapter. Next time I'll do these side quests. There's a bunch of side quests left to do. So in the next episodes I'm going to do side quests and I'm going to do some talking to characters. So see you guys See you next time on more Subverse, and then we'll do the Fortune chapter side quests. Next time on Subverse.